Welcome back to Three Dudes in a Basement. This is one of your hosts, Daniel, and then we got
Austin, what's up?
And over there we got
Brandon.
And of course we always have the lovely special guest that should probably just be a part of this show now.
Hey, it's Joey.
Alright. Jumping right into it today. Brandon, we'll start with you.
You don't even have your topics pulled up. I'll go.
Okay, we'll start with Austin.
All right, which one do I want to start with? Castellanos signs with the Reds on a 4-year, $64 million deal, which we called that signing on a Sunday, and then the next morning I woke up and got a notification saying that he had signed with the Reds.
Welcome back to another segment of Good Sign, Bad Sign. Good sign, bad sign, debate about it. Go. Brandon, we'll start with you.
I thought it was a good signing.
Yeah, who do the Reds have in their outfield now? Like, before him, actually.
They have...
Do they still have yet? No,
he got traded.
No, he got traded to the...
We're talking about Yasiel Puig, by the way. We just knew what he was going to say.
Yasiel Puig.
Which is that good. They don't have that much that I know of. I know they have... Duvall's with the Braves.
Really?
Yeah. I
Nobody's.
honestly can't think of a high-end outfielder.
Jay Bruce is still on the Reds, right? Yeah, I think it was a good sign.
What does he play again? Right field?
Left.
He plays
the
left
corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was...
No, he plays right field, I believe. Only right field. I think he's one of them.
There aren't really
No. Because I know they have
outfielders
Winker.
that just play one position.
But I know they have Winker.
Winker.
They also...
Jesse Winker.
What was that other prospect that they brought up this last season? That was really young, really good for them.
I'm looking at
can't think of his name.
I'm looking at their lineup. I'm not seeing anybody that I can remember.
I think they're going to be pretty good this season, though. I'm just mad that Castellanos is still in the NL North.
Yeah.
Central.
Central, sorry. I was thinking of football.
Central
NL
North.
Central.
Same division, right?
Yeah, it's the same states. For the most part, except for Minnesota.
And Ohio.
Oh, yeah, and Ohio, too.
All right, Brandon.
And Pittsburgh. Okay, never mind. They're not the same states.
Yeah, because Detroit's not in the NL Central.
No, they're not.
They're in the AL Central.
Philadelphia isn't in the... or Pittsburgh isn't in the NFC North either. It's basically just Chicago and Wisconsin.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. We'll get to your topic now. Wait, I gotta get the okay from Austin.
Next.
Brandon, we'll go with you.
So this one's not necessarily about the signing because no one cares about this signing that much. But the Vikings hired co-defensive coordinators. They actually
Co-defensive coordinators.
Yeah, so
How does that work?
That's what a lot of college teams do, but
Yeah.
it doesn't happen very often in the NFL.
So, what is your view about a team having co-defensive coordinators? Typically,
Who are you asking?
just all you guys. It's typically just like not necessarily a passing game coordinator, but having a person that designs and passing formations and helps.
So there's one that works in the passing, one that works
and
on the
then
running.
runs. But it's not necessarily that title, but basically it is.
I don't know. I think that's pretty smart if you think about it. There's someone who focuses completely on the run game, and then someone who focuses completely on the passing game. It might get confusing, calling it in, telling all the people, which coach to look at. But I mean,
They generally designate who's calling the plays.
yeah, but they're
with
co.
the whole,
So
One's generally
Mike Zimmer calls the plays on defense.
oh, that's right.
Well, I know in college there's a defensive coordinator and then a co-defensive coordinator, and the defensive coordinator calls the plays on defense.
Is that what the Vikings are doing? Or no? No, they're doing.
Mike Zimmer.
Mike Zimmer calls the plays on defense.
Okay.
I didn't realize he was a defensive coach. I never really paid attention, I guess.
Their former one was George Edwards. who went somewhere, but I don't remember who it was. But the team announced it was Andre Patterson and Adam Zimmer will be the club's co-defensive coordinators.
Joey, how you feeling about it?
I don't know. I think you could turn into a too many cooks in the kitchen kind of deal, where each guy's trying to do his own thing, and maybe it depends. It might work if they get along. I don't know.
Like I said before,
Especially because they're not even calling plays if that's like Zimmer's job.
It's a lot of college teams do that. I know Ohio State has a defensive coordinator and then a co-defensive coordinator, which is Coombs, I think his name is. He was the defensive backs coach with Eli Apple, Marshawn Lattimore.
For New Orleans?
He was with
Ohio State.
Ohio State, okay. Yeah.
And then he left for, I think, left for an NFL job, the Titans, for a season, this last season, and then he came back.
So, looking at it right now, I got a little article about it. It looks like Andre Patterson will be dealing with run defense. Typically, it looks like he's basically designs, from what I'm getting from this article, is basically Patterson's designed and drawing up plays to stop the run. Mm-hmm. And Adam Zimmer, who is the son of Mike Zimmer.
Father-son combo going on there.
He will be the linebackers defensive coordinator. Linebacker defensive backs coach to stop the passings and stuff like that. So that's what.
So basically, first guy's defensive line, and then the second guy's all the other positions.
Yep. Probably a bunch of defensive line and edge rushers.
I don't understand why, a lot of teams just have the linebackers coach, and that's what a normal team does. Why don't they just have a defensive coordinator and then have a coach for every position like a normal?
I mean, I get their concept.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that point.
I get their concept because it involves just like a coach specifying in that. And another big... But the problem is, I get it, Mike Zimmer's calling the plays, but, these people would be arguing, we got to go run, pass. Obviously, Mike Zimmer's going to have the last say of it, but I feel like there's going to be a little bit of butting heads if they don't work well.
I feel like it's just a title there. Because, like I said, they're basically just the linebackers coach, defensive line coach, and cornerbacks coach. They just gave them the title of the co-defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
The assistant to the regional manager for all you Office fans out there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is that your piece, Brandon?
Yeah, I just wanted to know how you guys feel about that.
All right, next.
Chad Johnson tries out as an XFL kicker.
I think it was with the Roughnecks that he was trying out for. As a kicker.
You know what's funny? I think he skipped his trial or some shit like that. Oh, I just cussed anyway. But
it's always you that's the first one.
Stop fucking cussing, dude.
Hey,
bruh.
PG. Yeah, I think
trying to get monetized out here.
I think he skipped his tryout or something.
Yeah.
Did he?
He did.
He did. It. But
why?
I don't know. I feel like if you have the chance to, he's old, but I feel like if you can kick and you still have a chance to play, you should at least try, right?
I don't know. He's probably made enough money in his life that he doesn't need to.
Well, yeah, he doesn't need to, but he probably is doing it because he loves the game, loves playing the game. And from what I've seen him kick with the Bengals, he wasn't that bad.
He did. He kicked one field goal
in preseason.
Yeah. He nailed it. But
I just think that he says that it's always been a dream of his to be a kicker because he has that.
Which doesn't make sense to me because
he has soccer background.
Oh,
he's
true.
Heavily into soccer.
Kind of like Kobe was. Rest in peace.
It's like his favorite sport. I think he said was actually soccer. And he wanted to go into soccer. I remembered he was. He hasn't been working out, but he's been around a lot of the Premier League teams, being around them and kicking with them. Not necessarily on a workout, but just being with them in a way. So, but I think Johnson just told the XFL league that he wasn't gonna skip his workout and just but I don't think he's ever commented.
He was set to work do a tryout on a Monday. On the Sunday before he had decided against participating, he has not commented publicly about the decision.
Killed the league, but not the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Joey said, he's probably made enough money in his career, but at the same time, it's the game that he loves. I don't see why he'd skip on an opportunity to continue to play the game he loves, even though it's not at the position that he had played in the NFL.
But he's always dreamed of being a kicker, though. So like,
I don't know
why
if
you
I'd
give up
say
on your
he-
dream.
I don't know if I'd say he dreamed of being a kicker. I think he more dreamed of playing soccer, but his talents took him towards football. He just had the ability to kick. So, is that all y'all wanted to say on that?
Yeah.
Joey?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next. Andrew Berry is hired as Browns GM, new GM.
Welcome back to yet the second segment in episode 8 of Good Sign, Bad Sign.
It's a hire, not a sign.
Whatever. I did it for when we did the coaches, too, so. All right, boys. Good sign, bad sign. Good
Andrew
hire,
Berry-
bad hire. Sorry.
Andrew Berry, he was the GM or the president of football operations or whatever in Philadelphia, I believe. Yeah, this last season. And he was in scouting and front office positions with the Colts, Browns, and Eagles last season. He is 32 years old, getting his first opportunity as a GM.
Damn, he's kind of young.
And he's going to inherit a talented roster with the Browns. And
I don't know if it's a talented.
do I need to start naming players on the Browns?
If you say Baker Mayfield, I'm going to punch you.
Baker Mayfield is talented. He's just had a bad season. I can't stand the guy. He's talented, though.
Which happens. The sophomore slump is what it's called.
Yeah.
Odell, Jarvis Landry, David Njoku,
Odell
Nick
didn't
Chubb.
have the season.
I'm not
they
saying
were
this last season, though. I'm saying in general, he's
They're
a
still
talented
talented.
player.
They have a talented team, but
And
Odell
Juice
he's
is
going to
good.
have projected $50 million in cap room this upcoming offseason.
Juice is getting old, and Odell's getting old, aren't they?
Late 20s. So,
Was it
yeah, they're
like
getting
young.
up there.
Odell's young.
Is he?
It's like
Yeah.
27.
He's only been
26.
in the league 6 or 7 years.
Depends on
Yeah,
what
Yeah.
draft
like
holds,
6 years because he just got a new deal with the Giants and then they traded him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a
But-
pretty good hire.
Juice is getting up there, I believe.
Jarvis
like-
is like 30.
I thought they were close to the same age.
Yeah.
And
They were
Yeah,
in-
they are. They got
were
drafted in the same
college
draft.
together.
Yeah, Jarvis is like a year or two older, max.
Mm.
1 second. I
But-
will check.
I'll say what I think about this hire is.
Jarvis Landry is 27.
So they're relatively the same age.
And I'll check with Odell. I think he's 26.
Brandon, what's your piece?
I think they could have gotten better, but for right now, I think it was a good enough hire. I definitely
They're
think-
both 27, by the way. Odell and Juice are both 27.
I think that personally, I think it was a step down from Dorsey.
Why do you think that?
I thought Dorsey. Well, look at the Chiefs right now. Dorsey built that team. The only person he didn't draft that was good was McCole Hardman, who came out this year.
He drafted Mahomes?
He drafted
Yes,
Mahomes,
Mahomes was the last season he
Tyreek
was
Hill,
there. But they didn't fire.
Kareem Hunt.
They didn't fire John Dorsey.
No,
John Dorsey stepped down.
yeah.
Well,
But what
they
I'm saying-
mutually, quote unquote, mutually agreed to part ways.
Yeah. It was
So you can't really put that on the Browns for making a bad decision and like firing him or anything. He stepped down.
But what I'm saying is
Stepped
it's
away
a
from
step down from Dorsey. So it's not an upgrade.
Yeah,
Adam Berry was the same dude. I know he
Andrew.
didn't get the last say.
it's Andrew. I'm pretty sure.
That's what I said.
You said Adam.
Oh, Andrew Berry was the last person to well, no. Andrew Berry was the the person that was under the Sashi Brown, Hugh Jackson era.
Oh,